Why don't you have a seat and tell me what you're doing here? Oh, who am I? I'm Chris Hansen. Well, what are you doing looking at that bowl of oatmeal when you know it just came out of the microwave?
The oatmeal police are already outside, so in the meantime, let's just talk about the point of this video. So I wanted to make this video because I'm in the middle of writing an ebook, and in the ebook, I wanted to have examples of like what your levels for iron, calcium, fat, carbs, protein, all that stuff, what it would be in like a normal day of eating vegan, because people assume that you can't get enough protein, can't get enough of that stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'll just log what I eat for just a normal day. I'm not going to try to eat super healthy. I'm not going to try to eat super unhealthy or anything. I'm just going to eat what I would normally eat. And I found out that I am even more unhealthy than I thought. Like, I never labored under any delusions that I was particularly healthy, but I didn't realize how unhealthy I was. And it was pretty much just because of my peanut butter love. That's pretty much it. So let's see. Let's just go to peanut butter right here. So this is a website called Chronometer. So if you ever do want to log anything, I do like Chronometer. It lets you log everything out to the gram, which is really nice. So anyway, yeah, my peanut butter, 42.9 grams. In just one meal, I had almost all of my daily serving of fat and almost no omega-3s. And I'll just show you the rest of the stuff that I had. So I didn't get enough choline, didn't even get enough vitamin C, which is really pathetic as a vegan. Like, that is the one thing you should be nailing is vitamin C, and I didn't even do that. Calcium was also pretty low, lower than I expected it to be. But the reason I wanted to make this video is because if you're on a vegan diet, you can absolutely have holes in your diet. And there are a lot of vegans now who are coming out saying, I'm no longer vegan. But most of these issues can be solved by just eating healthier. Like, I had oatmeal and blueberries for breakfast. Good start. That was a good start, I think. And then for lunch, I had 3 slices of raisin bread toast with just a lot of peanut butter. It was more peanut butter than somebody should have in one sitting. It's a chunky style. I'm team chunky. Bananas, pumpkin spice, and granola, a little bit more fat. And then I went for just like a 3-mile run, and then I had quinoa with a little bit of salt. Oh yeah, also my sodium was off the charts, so I got to get that a little bit lower too today. And yeah, so I had quinoa, a little bit of salt, more salsa, so more salt, black beans canned, drained, a little salt, not too much. Okay, that's a lot. Never mind, I lied. And then it had spinach. So I just basically put quinoa, beans, and salsa into a bowl, and I just ate it with some spinach. And then we went to trivia night, and they had the Impossible Burger. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna get that. So they don't have the Impossible Burger on Chronometer, so I just did the best I could. Gardein veggie burger, not accurate. Probably a lot more fat, probably a lot more sodium than's listed. And then of course I had ketchup and some French fries. So just a picture of health. So today I'm going to show you that yes, you can absolutely have days like this where you don't get enough of these nutrients. And you know, I got 96 grams of protein, which is more than enough, but you can very easily get much more than that without even consuming any protein powders or anything. So I'm just basically going to eat healthy to show you that you can have days like this, or you can have really good days where you hit literally everything except for vitamin D and B12. And if you are running into issues, one thing that I have noticed among probably 80 to 90% of people who fail on a vegan diet are literally just not consuming enough calories. Like, I've seen people who work out a lot more than I just did. Like, I only ran 3 miles. I've seen people who like run that much and work out and are eating like just over 2,000 calories. I'm like, bruh, I ate almost 3,000 calories and all I did was run 3 miles. Like, I'm not saying everyone has to eat that much, but like, you got to eat enough or otherwise you're going to be starving. So anyway, let's go on with the rest of the day.
His palms are sweaty, these aren't heavy. The vomit on his sweater already. Mama's getting, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so proud.
So it's lunchtime at almost 5 p.m. and I'm going to chop up this old block of tofu and put it in a salad. All I did so far was press it with this scale and some Harry Potter books on top. And now I'm just cubing this up, and the bottom of this is actually already still a little greasy. I guess whoever washed it last didn't do the best job, but you know what? Now I don't have to grease the bottom. I'm just gonna give it a little spray. Chili powder. Make sure you don't inhale it too much. I was thinking about pressing garlic, and I was like, it's just too much work. I'd rather not. And that's it, really. Just some cubed up tofu, little olive oil spray, chili powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and now I'm going to stick it in the air fryer. JK, I forgot to put some nooch on here. I was gonna say that was like a gram or two. I fast forwarded to the actual meal now that it's done. I just have spinach, quinoa, tofu, which you saw me preparing, tomatoes, a yellow pepper, cucumber, a whole can of black beans. But unfortunately, my food scale just lost battery power. So now I'm going to have to, after I'm done with this, go get some new obscure batteries for that weigher. This is how vegan I've become. This is my idea of a late night snack, a 12-ounce steamable bag of broccoli from Aldi. Just stick it in the microwave for 5 minutes. You got a nice snack. I basically didn't eat breakfast. It was like lunch and then dinner and then snack. So before we go over all the things you're really here for, the nutrient values, I'm going to quickly just go over what I actually ate. So as you can see, I just had oats, blueberries, flaxseed, a little bit of sweetened almond milk, pumpkin spice, and I actually didn't add any sweeteners this time because I feel like the flaxseed actually added enough flavor, maybe because it's fat and fat just tastes good. So no sweetener, which is nice. And then I just had 2 oranges before I went to go work out. And this is just like as ballpark as I could get. These values I know are not going to be exactly accurate. It says bodybuilding. I'm actually doing a powerlifting routine. So if you want, I can link it down below, the exact program that I'm doing. It's just a 6-week cycle. I don't recommend it for anybody unless you have squatted before, unless you have deadlifted and bench pressed before. Like if you have a handle on all those things, then it's a great program. It's by Johnny Candido. And if you're into fitness on YouTube, you probably already know who he is. But yeah, I recommend it for anybody who already has a handle on those things. It's pretty nice. And then I just ran about 2 miles on the treadmill, and I came home and I just had a salad. Like I said, tofu, just sprayed the olive oil, nooch, chili powder, black pepper, garlic, and then I just threw it in with some spinach, a pepper, tomato, cucumber, quinoa, a little bit of salt when I cooked the quinoa, black beans, and then for the dressing, I just mixed tahini, lemon juice, and Frank's Red Hot, and it was really good, actually. I know it sounds really basic, but it was just like 3 tablespoons of tahini, 1 lemon juiced, and at the end, you'll notice like I said, I ran out of juice for my scale, so I had to go get a battery, but I was just too hungry to go get it right then. So I just finished by estimating everything else, and then for dinner for a snack I just had broccoli because it was in the freezer and it was calling my name. It was good. And then just throughout the day, I probably had about 5 pieces of my parents' hard candy, the fruit-friendly stuff. It's really good. One of my favorite things is actually putting in 1 piece of lemon candy and 1 piece of lime candy in my mouth. Oh, it's good. It's a good combo. So anyway, that's what I had throughout the day. And again, a lot of this is like very ballpark stuff. So just keep that in mind if you overlog any of this stuff. So anyway, yeah, my calories, it says that I was a little bit low, and especially like compared to the day before when I had 2,900 calories, I feel like that has a lot to do with just the fact that I had so much peanut butter, and just I had things that were not quite as whole food, and this day I definitely ate a lot healthier. I ate a lot more whole foods. So anyway, I got a little bit less calories even though I was just as full. And really the only things you'll notice, the only things that I'm actually missing are B12 and vitamin D, which I supplement. And you can find stuff like this at Wegmans or like any grocery store near you. That's where I get mine. And if you can't find a vegan version, because vitamin D will often, if you get like the capsule form, will actually have gelatin in it a lot of times. So I just look for the ones that are kind of like tablets. A lot of times they won't have the gelatin in it. And if you can't find any vegan sources near you, you can always go on Amazon. Amazon's definitely going to have them. So really easy to get vitamin D and B12, and it's very cheap. It's not a very expensive supplement. So really, as you can see, the lowest thing was vitamin E, and that's really nice that they'll show you exactly like
how much percent you got throughout the day from certain things. So if you'll notice, almond milk was a major part of my vitamin E for the day. Almonds are pretty high in vitamin E as well as almond milk, so that's a great source. Broccoli is a pretty good source too, quinoa, all that stuff. Vitamin K, a lot of it, things that are high in vitamin K, usually dark green leafy vegetables, so that's really not something that vegans really have to look out for if you're eating a lot of greens. And honestly, I should be eating more greens every day. And then choline, you'll notice a lot of things are coming from tofu, because tofu is incredibly good for you. I know that a lot of people are worried about estrogen. Brian Turner actually just posted a video where he ate 1 pound of tofu every single day for a month, and he tested his testosterone. So I don't want to give any spoilers for Brian's video, so if you want to go check out Brian's video, I'll link that down below so you can see exactly what happened to someone in real life who actually did that experiment instead of me just saying what's going to happen. So I got my sodium down a lot lower than it was before. Still a little bit high, and then definitely if I just start getting my beans from dried sources instead of from a can, that would definitely lower it in a very easy way that I probably wouldn't even really notice much of a difference. So calcium, again, a large part from tofu. Black beans, almond milk, tahini, all very good sources. Next thing people worry about a lot is iron. Tofu, again, a really good source of it. Oats, black beans, quinoa, tahini, really good sources. I don't know if people really worry about selenium too much. Brazil nuts are actually a really, really good source of selenium. Zinc, definitely got like twice as much as I need. Oats, obviously a very good source. And then protein, I got 140 grams of protein. When people say you can't get enough protein on a vegan diet, and this was without really eating any protein powders. This was without eating any plant-based meats, which I'm not opposed to. I have some tofurkey Italian sausage in the fridge that I'm a really big fan of. It's great for pasta. If you eat those things, that would definitely, you could very easily get 200 grams of protein a day if you wanted to. I don't really have a need for it because any excess protein that you eat will just get converted into fat. Your body's not going to be like, oh, we got so much, we might as well put it in the muscles. That's not what happens. When you consume too much fat or too much carbs or too much protein, it all just gets turned into fat. So that's why if you just eat too many calories in general, any of them will be turned into fat. There's no difference. So anyway, I hope that answered everyone's questions. If you are running into any issues on a vegan diet, like I said earlier in this video, most people are just not consuming enough calories. And it makes sense. Vegan food just tends to be less calorically dense. So if you're used to eating this amount of food when you're not a vegan, you have to now eat this amount of food when you are vegan. So you just have to eat a larger volume of food and you'll get the same amount of calories. You basically just have to make sure you're getting the same amount of calories if you're trying to maintain your weight. If you're trying to lose weight, actually right now I'm trying to lose about 5 pounds because I packed on the winter 5 pounds. So I do have a little bit of a calorie deficit, but just make sure that you're eating enough calories. And if you are like me, like the other day, I wasn't getting enough calcium. I wasn't getting enough some of the other things. If you're worried about that too, just change some things in your diet. You don't have to stop being vegan. I've actually never seen, I still have yet to see a person who is vegan who failed at a vegan diet because of health reasons who did it correctly. Majority of the time, it's just not eating enough calories. The other small percentage are people who are just such junk food vegans that they never get enough of any of these things. And the other category of people are people who try to be so healthy that they start eliminating things like rice and beans, and they just start eliminating so many things that then you're eating such a small narrow category of food that then you just start missing nutrients as well. And a lot of the times it's people who are raw vegan who do that, where they're just eliminating entire food groups and then you're just missing out on nutrients. And there are certain nutrients that are more bioavailable when they're cooked and other nutrients that are more bioavailable when they're raw. So it's good to just mix things up, eat some raw things, some cooked things. I'm rambling now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it can help out anybody if you're struggling on a vegan diet. I highly recommend this website. You can use another website or app like MyFitnessPal, but just logging what you're doing, to actually know exactly what you're doing is really, really helpful to know where you might have holes and what you can do to change that. So again, you don't have to stop being vegan if you're running into any issues, just tweak things and log them and see how you're actually doing. So again, hope you like this video. I've got some more videos if you want to go check those out. Some more what I eat in a day videos, grocery shopping videos, mukbang videos with my family, and I'll see you in one of those videos.